In the heart of an unnamed African land, where the red earth baked beneath a fierce sun by day and glowed softly under silver moonlight by night, there lay a small village called Okuta Mba, the village between stones. It was a quiet place, surrounded by rolling hills, and a forest so dense that even the bravest hunters never ventured beyond its midpoint. The people of Okuta Mba were known for their laughter, their evening drumming, and their songs that echoed across the hills. Yet, amid all that joy, lived a girl named Nia, whose eyes carried the weight of solitude. Nia was an only child, born to Mama Ife, a weaver of fine cloth, and Baba Kalu, a hunter who had gone into the forest one season and never returned. Nia had been only 6 when he vanished, and since that day, her mother's laughter, once as bright as a calabash full of sunlight, had faded into silence. The other villagers pitied them, but pity soon turned into whispers, for strange things began to happen around Nia. When she cried, the wind howled. When she laughed, lamps flickered. And when she dreamed, the dogs in the village barked at nothing. Children began to avoid her. Mothers would pull their sons and daughters away when Nia passed, whispering prayers under their breath. Some said she was a spirit child. Others said she had been claimed by something from the forest. Yet Nia was only lonely, terribly lonely. She would often walk to the edge of the forest at dusk, where the world seemed to breathe differently, the air cooler, the shadows thicker, the scent of wet leaves strong and sweet. There she would sit on a flat rock, watching the path that wound into the woods like a long dark snake. Her mother forbade her to go any further. "That is not a place for the living," Mama If would say. "Those who go too deep into the forest do not return." But curiosity is a flame that grows brighter in loneliness. One night, when the moon was a perfect round mirror in the sky, Nia could not sleep. She heard the drums from a distant village festival, laughter, clapping, voices that were not hers to join. Her chest ached. She stepped outside quietly. The night air was thick with the smell of hibiscus and dust. Fireflies blinked like spirits' eyes. Drawn by an urge she could not explain, Nia followed the moonlight down to the edge of the forest. There, the wind whispered her name. Nia. She froze. The sound was soft, like her father's voice, like memory. Nia, come! Her heart pounded, but her feet moved. She stepped into the forest. The trees closed behind her like a gate. The moonlight filtered through the branches in silver threads. Somewhere deep within, a drumbeat sounded, slow and steady, like a heartbeat. Nia followed it. She walked past trees older than stories, past flowers that glowed faintly blue, past streams that murmured in languages she didn't know. Time felt strange there. She couldn't tell if minutes or hours had passed. Finally, she reached a clearing, where the ground shimmered as if sprinkled with stars. At the center stood a woman made of moonlight. Her skin glowed silver, her eyes deep as night. She wore a crown of cowries and stars. When she spoke, her voice seemed to come from everywhere. "You came, little one." Nia's lips trembled. "Who are you?" "I am Ezenwa, keeper of the path between worlds. I watched your father walk this road many seasons ago." Nia gasped. "You saw my father? Where is he? Is he alive?" The woman smiled faintly. "Alive? Perhaps, but not in the way you think." She waved her hand, and the air rippled. A vision appeared, a man with eyes like Nia's, walking deeper into darkness, surrounded by faint lights. He turned as if to speak, but his mouth moved soundlessly. Nia reached for him, but the vision faded. "He is trapped," said Ezenwa softly. "Between this world and the next, his heart was brave, but he made a mistake. He took what was not his." Nia frowned. "What do you mean?" "There is a calabash of spirits deep within this forest," Ezenwa said. "A sacred vessel guarded by ancient beings. Your father found it. He thought it held power to feed and protect his family, but once touched, it binds the soul to the forest. He cannot leave until it is returned." Nia's heart squeezed. "Then I will find it. I will free him." Ezenwa tilted her head. You are but a child. I am his daughter, Nea said, voice shaking but firm. If I do nothing, he remains lost forever. The moonlight woman smiled. So be it. But know this, to walk the moonlight path is to face your own heart. Only truth and courage will see you through. She reached into the air and drew forth a small glowing pebble. This will guide you when darkness comes. But remember, child, every light casts a shadow. And with that, the woman vanished. Nea held the glowing stone tightly and continued down the invisible path. The deeper she went, the stranger the forest became. Trees had faces. The wind hummed songs she half recognized from her childhood. Shadows danced without form. The first creature she met was a talking hare with eyes like fireflies. Why do you walk the forest at night, little girl? It asked. I seek a calabash that binds my father's soul, Nea said. The hare twitched its nose. Many seek treasures here, few return. I must. The hare studied her, then grinned. Very well. If you wish to find what is lost, you must first lose something of your own. Before Nea could ask what it meant, the hare leapt into the shadows and disappeared. Moments later, she felt her memory blur. The image of her mother's face faded like mist. Panic filled her chest. She tried to remember her voice, her scent, but it was gone. The forest had taken her first sacrifice. Soon, she reached a river glowing faintly in the dark. Its surface reflected stars, though no stars shone above. On the far bank stood three tall spirits cloaked in mist. Their faces were blank masks. Who comes? One of them asked. Nea of Okuta Mba, she said. I seek the calabash of spirits. Then you must cross, said another. But only those who remember who they are can cross safely. Her heart tightened. She had already lost her mother's memory. She stepped to the edge and whispered, I am Nea, daughter of... Her mind faltered. Of who? The name slipped away. The river rippled dangerously, its glow turning red. The spirits leaned closer. If you do not know yourself, you will drown. Nea clutched the glowing stone Izinwa had given her. I am Nea, she said again, louder this time. I'm the girl who will bring her father home. I'm the child of love and loss. I'm not nothing. The river stilled. Slowly, a bridge of light formed over it. Nea walked across, trembling but alive. Beyond the river, the path twisted upward into a grove filled with laughter. Not kind laughter, but sharp and mocking. From behind a tree stepped a man with a hyena's grin and a cloak of feathers. Ah, the lonely girl walks alone no more, he cried. I am Kibo, keeper of riddles. If you wish to pass, you must answer my question. Nea hesitated. And if I fail, he grinned wider, then you join the trees, forever. The trees around her rustled, faces formed in the bark, mouths open in silent screams. Nea swallowed hard. Ask your riddle. Kibo's eyes gleamed. I eat, but never swallow. I run, but have no legs. What am I? Nea frowned. The forest waited. She thought of the river, of the water that ran endlessly. The river, she said softly. Kibo's laughter echoed. Well done, little one. But tell me this, what is lonelier than a girl in a village full of people? Nea hesitated, a spirit forgotten by the living. Kibo's smile faltered. You see more than most. He bowed low and handed her a drum made of polished wood. Take this. When you beat it, truth will answer. He vanished, leaving only laughter behind. At last, Nea came to a vast clearing, where the trees leaned outward as if afraid. In the center sat a giant calabash, taller than a man, carved with runes that glowed faintly. Around it danced shadows with eyes like embers, spirits guarding their treasure. One of them turned toward her. Its voice was 1,000 whispers. Child of the living, why do you come? Nea stepped forward. My father took what was not his. I have come to return it. The spirits hissed. And what will you give in exchange? Nea hesitated. Whatever it takes. The largest shadow moved closer. Then give your loneliness. She blinked. My loneliness. Yes, it is strong. It has kept you apart. It is your shield and your prison. Give it to us, and we will free your father." Nia thought of all the years she had spent alone, of the empty laughter of other children, of nights when she cried to the stars. To give it up, to never feel it again, was a tempting promise. But something inside her whispered, "Be careful." She beat the drum Kibo had given her once. The sound rolled through the clearing like thunder, and from the echoes came a voice, her father's voice. "Nia, beware! The spirits twist truth." Her heart leapt. "Papa!" The shadows hissed and swirled in anger. "Silence!" Nia lifted the glowing stone high. The light fled, forcing the spirits back. She saw then what they truly were, not guardians, but the lost souls of those who had given up their hearts to the forest. Their loneliness had become hunger. "You cannot have mine," Nia said. "Loneliness taught me to listen when others would not. It led me here. It is part of me." The spirit screamed and lunged, but Nia hurled the stone into the calabash. Light exploded outward like sunrise. The shadows shrieked, dissolving into mist. When the light dimmed, she saw a figure kneeling by the calabash, her father, alive, though older and weary. He looked at her with disbelief. "Nia, my little star." She ran to him, tears streaming. He embraced her, his touch warm and real. "I thought I'd never see you again," he whispered. Together, they walked back along the moonlight path. The forest seemed softer now, its whispers peaceful. When they reached the edge, dawn was breaking, golden light spilling over Okuta Mba. Mama Ife stood outside their hut, eyes wide with shock and joy. When she saw Baba Kolu, she screamed his name and ran to him. The family held each other as the sun rose. The villagers gathered, murmuring in awe. Some wept, some fell to their knees. From that day, Nia was no longer the lonely girl. She was known as Nia the Brave, the girl who walked the moonlight path and returned with her father. But sometimes, on full moon nights, when the wind whispered through the trees, Nia would still walk to the forest's edge and listen. Somewhere deep within, the faint laughter of Izenwa echoed, soft and knowing. "Every light casts a shadow," she would whisper to herself, smiling. "But every shadow proves the light exists." Moral of the story: loneliness can feel like a curse, but it can also be a gift, a space where courage, truth, and love are born. Those who face their own shadows can find their light again, and in every forest, no matter how dark, the path home still waits, glowing softly beneath the moon.